Welcome to Darzzr on Crater City. Nice big cave we've got down here. I've been exploring this mineshaft and there's a spawner just up there, you can see. Spiders keep attacking me every so often, so I'm going to see. I might see if I can sort that out at some point. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, right on cue. Cave spider. Okay. Well, we'll see about that later. Right. So yeah, underground mine shaft under my new building site. This is, of course, where I'm building the new air stuff. And over we go. And yeah. So it's not going to be an airship. It's not going to be a floating castle. Because now I've had a bit of time to think about it, I've decided that what I'm going to do is, indeed what I have started to do, is I'm going to build a Cobra Mark III from the old 8-bit game Elite. And I'm going to do it... Here we go again. Why couldn't I have done that in Kingdom of the Sky? Just collecting some iron and stuff at the moment. Always useful to have. I mean, I've got loads at the ship, but, you know, it's just handy to have in this location while I'm working on this thing, because I keep getting through shears. Because I'm making the whole thing out of black and white wool. And here you can see the original game Elite from the BBC Micro. This is the Cobra Mark III, rotating on the title screen. The black wool is the body of the ship. The white wool will be the wireframe lines picked out. So that is what I am recreating here on Crater City. Now, I've already made a good start on this, and the way I've done it is, because it would be very difficult to do this freehand. Oh, spider. Spider, spider. There it goes. I'm going to have to sort out that... What is this? I'm still taking damage. Oh, skelly. Skelly. Yeah, I'm going to have to sort out that spawner. Can't keep taking damage from these spiders. I know it's a big cave, though. I mean, I've barely lit it up, so I'm kind of asking for trouble around here. But, yeah, there it is. How can I get up there? I think I'm just going to have to pick my way through. Let's see. In we go. There. Oh! I thought I was starving for a minute, and there's another spider. Come on. It's handy having a fire aspect sword down here, I can tell you that. So, where are we? Where's that spawner? I did find a load of cobwebs earlier where the spawner hadn't appeared for some reason. I don't know if it was because there was a load of water down there. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. I'm not going to keep this spawner because, you know, we've got so many around the map now. You know, if someone wants a new spider spawner, well, you know, there's no shortage of abandoned mine shafts. And I mean, people are still exploring new bits of the map. I mean, it's huge. I don't think there's a limit on the size of the map actually on this server. I know Miguel went out across the ocean about 20,000 blocks recently. It's he was looking for a mushroom biome but didn't find one. So where was I? Yes, I was talking about the spider, an ordinary one. Yeah, it's the Cobra Mark III. Now what I did was, because it would be very difficult to do the geometry freehand, I found a model file of the original Cobra Mark III online in 3DS format, which I imported into Blender, and then put it into a pose that I liked, although I'm not totally happy with the pose, to be perfectly honest with you. It's kind of difficult to see the shape of the ship from the ground, but I'm probably going to make some sort of viewing platforms around the place. And once I'd got the pose sorted out, I then exported it as wavefront obj, and then I loaded that into binvox to convert that into a voxel map. So, the sentence is online. Okay. Into a voxel map, which is like a 3D arrangement of blocks. And that then provides the blueprint for constructing the model actually in the game. And what you then do is you use a program called ViewVox, which separates the whole thing into a series of layers. And then you can create cross-sections of the model at any level. And that then is essentially your blueprint. I find that it does actually use more blocks than is strictly necessary. It gives you too generous an overlap between the successive layers. But, you know, you can just use your own discretion when you're putting the model together. And it's actually coming together quicker than I anticipated. Because, I mean, it projected that the model would need something like 11,000 blocks, something like that, and in reality it hasn't used anywhere near that number. Because, you know, I've been able to reduce the overlap, as simple as that. Now, what I've been doing on the top of the ship... Oh, there we go. Come on, Skelly. Off you go. Just watch him burn. I don't know how they managed to burn, actually, skeletons. Because, I mean, you know, bones don't burn, do they? It's a mystery. So, yeah. I'm gradually putting the ship together. Now, let's see if I can find my way back up again, and I will show you what the ship currently looks like. Now, again this week, we've had 2 Kingdom of the Sky without a Crater City video between them, which is what I originally had tried to do. Can't get up here. But again, I've been very busy with work, so I'm working on some new DLC for a game that I've been involved with for a few years now. I've been doing some graphic work for that. And I'm also the quizmaster for a quiz that's coming up. Spooky sound. Quizmaster for a quiz that's coming up next week for a local charity, so I'm going to be doing that. And I've been sorting out... Oh, the senator says he's looked up Elite. Well, let's say something back. Did you? I'm recording and talking about it right now. That's quite a coincidence, actually. But there we go. I'll be interested to hear what he thinks about it, assuming you can get it working. So, yes. Oh, yeah, I've been busy with this quiz, sorting out the rounds and basically rehearsing my speeches. That's probably why my voice is a bit hoarse, actually. By the time we get round to the quiz, I'll completely have lost my voice. But yes, is that a creeper? Oh no, it's the way out. That's handy. It is night time. Oh, he's downloaded an emulator. Well, I'll talk to him about that another time, actually. It'd be quite interesting to see what he thinks of the game. Okay, so these are all my sheep. Mostly black sheep, a few white sheep in there as well. And if we look up, that's the Cobra Mk as it stands. Now, I've got a little basic wheat farm down here for breeding sheep, and these are my steps all the way up to the portal. And yeah, the ship, it's coming together, but as you can see, the point of view isn't exactly what I'd hoped. It's a little bit on the low side, by which I mean you can't really see any of the detail on the top of the ship. But I will put up some viewing platforms, and I'm intending to put 1 or 2 other ships up here as well, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe a police viper, maybe, or a Thargoid nearby. Something like that, to recreate a battle scene, and maybe have them shooting lasers at each other. We'll see. See how I feel. But I'd like it to be more interesting from the ground level, so this is what I've been doing so far. And you'll notice that there's no wireframe on the top of the ship yet. That's because I'm going to add that in afterwards, or at least once I get to the right level to put in a complete line of wireframe, because the model from binvox doesn't actually include the edges picked out. Well, at least I don't know of any way in viewvox of making them show out. So I'm going to basically draw them in afterwards. So far, the whole thing's taken a lot less time than I'd anticipated. There were only a few really tricky bits. It's getting harder around the edges as I'm getting towards the top, because it's basically getting into tricky fall territory. You know, if I fall off even the interior of the ship, I take a bit of damage. And also the laser at the front, that sort of gun thing, that was tricky to do. But managed to do it. You can see some snow-covered jungle trees in the distance there, because we're just on the boundary between a snowy forest biome and a jungle biome. I've cleared all these trees away. Now I think it's time to give these sheep a shearing, because they look like they're all encumbered with wool. Hopefully their voices won't drown me out completely. I've actually probably got more white sheep than I need, because I'm using all the black wool that I can get just for the ship, but I seem to have quite a backstock of white wool. Still, you know, any extras that I get I can always put in the community store. Maybe I'll save it for another community day, now I can earn some points. But anyway, yeah, now I suppose I should say a little bit about why I think, you know, Elite would be a good thing to model. It's basically a game that was very significant to me as a kid. with my Acorn Electron is what I had at the time, not a BBC Micro. The Electron was sort of a cut-down version of the BBC Micro. And Elite was kind of the game on that platform. There were other good games, but you know, Elite was the legendary one, and it was ported to pretty much every platform, and you can still get it. There's a good PC version called Oolite, and there were sequels on the Amiga and PC and ST and so on. But the BBC Micro was the one where it all started. It started on that platform, and so it's you know, it was a big part of my childhood, and I used to spend ages playing it. And I, even before, you know, I grew up and started doing papercraft, I did actually spend some time trying to make little models of the ships from the pictures. Hang on, I haven't got much wool, have I? I should normally get about 2 and a bit stacks, so I've got too much stuff in my inventory. It's one of those delayed reaction things where I thought about it. I suppose because I was talking, I didn't think about it. So I better go around and just pick these bits up. But yeah, I used the sort of pictures in the manual. They had kind of like plan view elevations of all of the ships in the game in the manual, and I used those to work out the nets that I would need to do to make the ships. Took a bit of kind of trigonometry to do it, but I did it. And I'm pretty sure I made a Cobra Mk like that, and a Police Viper and a Thargoid. So basically, yeah, you can tell, can't you, the same things I'm planning to make here. I may have made a transport ship as well. But all the ships in the game had sort of snake names. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But you had Asp and Adder, and a few others. There were a few others. So yeah. You know, I've still got a lot of junk in my inventory, because I found, got some gold there, it's not junk, pumpkin seeds, yes they are. But I found a chest in the mine shaft. I still haven't got rid of all that stuff. Yeah, building at that height, I don't know how far away I'd have to go for the chunks to unload. I'm a bit concerned that, you know, I've got to build everything close enough together that, you know, you'll be able to see the whole thing. Certainly with far and... Oh! I'm actually starving. But yes, I want to keep it within a reasonable render distance. But yes, my 8-bit past, you see, it's quite important to me. And this is why I've been thinking about doing a new series. I've even done a title sequence for it, but so far I haven't got around to recording anything. The closest I've come was that little bit of Elite that you saw earlier. But basically what I was going to do was record myself playing some games that were important to me as a kid on the Acorn Electron, and basically talking about my reminiscences of them. See, if I don't know if anybody would even be interested in seeing that, though. That's kind of what's put me off from recording it. It felt like something that I'd like to do, but whether anybody else would want to see it is another matter. But certainly there were a good few games that I enjoyed playing back then, and indeed I still do. But yes, that's all the time I've got to record for the moment, because I've got to go and do some other stuff. But thanks very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you again next time.